Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to our Power Hour in the evening, our evening edition. So Jada and I are going to take you through a journey of social media and Facebook and see if we can encourage you and offer you some strategies that you can do every day to help you grow and build your business. But really, more importantly, is to create relationships and to have conversations with people that are authentic and real, and just getting to know people in just such a nice way. It's remarkable what you can do with social media, and in particular, we're going to focus on Facebook here. So, Jada, do you want to start?
Sure. So we wanted to start by talking a minute about why we post. Because on the morning edition, when we've been doing the Power Hour, we've had several people that have said they aren't accustomed to being on social media and they're kind of reluctant to post about their lives personally. And we wanted to kind of touch on that to give a little bit of comfort. I was comfortable with social media when I became a coach, but I was challenged by Jen to make my profile public. And I had everything locked down like Fort Knox. You couldn't friend me unless you were friends with one of my friends. You couldn't see anything. It was just all locked up. And I was reluctant to do it, but because she asked me to, I said, oh, okay, I'm going to do what she's asking me to do. And I have found no problems. I have occasionally had people that have, sent me a friend request that were doctors that are living in, that work for the United Nations and those kind of foolish things. Y'all get the same thing probably. Widowed doctors who have flowers for their cover picture. But what I found is that it has opened me up to being able to get to know people that I would have never crossed paths with otherwise, and develop relationships with those people. And as they're seeing what I'm posting, and especially like the Facebook Lives, it seems like it makes a connection where they feel like they know me a little bit better. And I think then when I'm going to a health assessment, I already have a little bit of a relationship with them that's been built through that social media. And Mitzi, you wanna talk about, any of the other things that we discussed?
Yeah, I think that, if we want people to know a little bit about what we're doing, or even a lot about what we're doing, what we can do is we can offer a little bit of information, not much about our health coaching, but offer posts that might have to do with health and well-being, trying to be inspirational and positive with people. I have so many people commenting on my posts. You're such a positive person. You're in. I don't mean it to sound the way it's going to sound. You're inspirational. Depending, what I've posted. But I'm also posting things about, like hydration, the importance, or walking, or whatever, to try to just give people and share information that people will hopefully find helpful, including like recipes that are healthy as well. And people love that. But if we're hidden and nobody knows we're here, then nobody knows we're here, and that we can't offer something so wonderful to people as far as health if they don't know what we do. And people have reached out and have either done health assessments or become clients that wouldn't, because they wouldn't know that I was doing what I was doing. This is such a great platform. And it's not a platform to sell, it's just a platform to share information and to be yourself and to be really, really that authentic you. And when you do that, people get to see and know you. And if you post some things that are a little bit more personal, I'm always posting about my dog. I'm posting about my house in Maine now, some things that I might be proud about my son, or just general. And it makes a difference in how people see you. I've got so many Facebook friends from high school, and I am so not that person in high school that I was. and people see that. And and it's for the better that I'm not that person in high school. So I just, I can't share enough about why it's just so important to just try to post if you're reluctant to do it and see what happens, because it's the only
You will
good really
cross
can happen.
paths with people who you wouldn't have had the chance to know. And the bigger part of it is that they wouldn't have known that Hope was even available. And that's what, I am forever in debt for Krista, for her and Jimmy sharing what was going on with them. And I was just blessed that I knew her already. But some people don't know anybody that's coaching, so it gives that opportunity. We wanted to talk about, just for a second, types of posts that you can make. And if you're not already involved in social media, these are some types of posts that you can do that will help to engage people on your page. Engagement posts, everybody has participated in these. Would you rather have cranberry sauce or cranberries? I did that one back at Thanksgiving, and I don't remember, it was some crazy number, like a couple hundred people made a vote or said which they preferred. Some other types of posts. What have some of you guys used for engagement type posts that have been successful? Dot, I know you've posted some.
I know the folding towel one was kind of fun that you guys did.
Yeah,
I responded to both of those, a picture of the towels. I was trying to think of the couple other ones that they're so much fun. I'm nervous about doing it, but then you get into it and it's like, wow, this is a lot of fun.
They're not right and wrong type of things. It's just
favorite movies.
Yeah, it's to start a conversation. It's to generate conversation. And
favorite lines in a movie, or favorite song, favorite holiday song. It's just a whole, favorite holiday movies.
One thing I love that you can do at the beginning of the year is what's one thing you're looking forward to in 2022 that's happening this year? You get all kinds of responses. That's fun.
Yes. And it does, what those comments do on those posts, on that engagement post, is then when they've commented on it, your Facebook sees that as a little bit of a conversation, and they're like, oh, they want to talk. So when Dot comments on my Facebook post, then Dot's going to get more of me on her newsfeed. What happens then is that if she's not a client, she's not a coach, she's just a prospect person, but she's going to get to see my transformation stories that I'm posting. She's going to get to see the recipes, and she's going to start to know a little bit about who I am and what I do. And if people don't know what we do, what we have to offer, they can't ask us for it. So that's important. Teaser posts are just color backed posts, nothing, no picture or anything, that just gives a few lines like, you can use this before somebody does a reveal. I have something that I want to talk about, and I'm going to do, I'm going to do a post on Friday to let you know, and I just can't wait to share what's been going on in my life. That's an example of a teaser post. Reveal posts, most of us have done those at some point. That's where our before and after, or our, I need to tell you guys that I've lost, 40 pounds in the last whatever, or today I went on a ski trip and I was able to ski when I haven't been able to ski for all these years or whatever. But it's just revealing something about your journey. Mitzi talked a minute ago about inspirational posts. And those are kind of self-explanatory. And she's actually going to show us a little bit, I think, about how to find some.
So I'm sharing my screen. Sometimes I'll just think of a word. And so I thought of the word grateful or gratitude. And I just do a Google search. I put the word grateful quotes in a Google search, and then I click on images, and then you get a whole lot of these, and all you do is you find one that resonates with you, and you just you just right click on it and you copy it, copy image, and then you go to your page and you just paste it right in your at the top, and then maybe write a sentence or something about why this you wanted to share this particular post or what it means to you. So you personalize it, and you're not just posting something that, just posting a pic, a quote or something. So to make it a little bit more personal. And, it's so easy to find these. Sometimes it's easy to find a post, sometimes when I can't think of anything to post or whatever, I will think of what day of the week it is, and it's like Thursday. I'll do a Google search on Thursday, the word Thursday, and then images, and there's usually quotes about Thursday, why Thursday is such a special day. It's so simple as that. If you can't think of anything, just the day of the week, and you can put Thursday quotes to search as well, like use the word quote afterwards. Then once you get there, click on images, and there's just so many, possibilities there. So makes it really easy. And then you can write something about, yay, Thursday, tomorrow, Friday. Yeah, something, you just write something a little bit of your own in that. So
there are what is called branding posts. Branding is what we do, what we are. It's a post like a recipe, a healthy recipe, or maybe it's on the topic of hydration. It's things that movement maybe, but it's tips and things that add value for people on the subject of health. And it allows people to start to associate us with health. And it's going to show us something else on that. But one thing that I want to make a comment on is that I don't live in the same city or even state as where I went to high school. But I saw a post a couple of days ago that somebody was asking a health related topic, and not a really close friend of mine from high school, but someone I knew in high school said, hey, you need to ask Jada about this. Because in his mind, that's who I am. That's what I do. So adding these types of posts are really helpful to establish that with people.
So what's easy to do is, we have 6 habits that Dr. A, the 6 macro habits. So you could just type in like hydration is one, or sleep, and just go again to images and find something that resonates with you. And then you just copy and paste it, and you just might write something about whatever it is. So, it's just, we've got so much, it's especially in the life book, there's so many topics in there that you can just type some words, Google search, and then find an image and just copy and paste it in your on your Facebook feed. So it's as simple as that. And just, again, I think it's really helpful to write something that shows a little bit about you, that might be about that topic.
There are some activities that are suggested that we do every day. And one of those activities is success stories. To do success stories every day sounds a little bit like, oh my word, where would I come up with so many? But we all should be connected. If you aren't, then we'll connect you up. Just let kind of raise your hand or put a comment in the messages, and we'll connect you. But Transformation Stories to Share is a website that is managed by some people in Optavia to make sure that they're compliant, that the pictures that are posted and the stories that are posted are compliant. So you can go to Transformation Stories to Share on your Facebook, Transformation Stories to Share. And as you scroll down, I don't know that you can.
Here, I'm gonna do this. How about this?
That's perfect. Yes. Transformation Stories to Share. You're going to see various stories, all different kinds of people, all different walks of life, different ages, different backgrounds. let's say that I'm interested in a story of someone who has lost 50 pounds. You know, I don't want it to be like the 100 pounds. I don't want it to be the 20 pounds. I want something in the middle. I can go up to the top where the little magnifying glass is and type in just to search for weight loss of 50 pounds. And it will pull up stories that people have said, yeah, I just lost 50 pounds. Let's say that I want somebody who's age 70 or above, or I want someone who's in their 30s, then it will filter out. The other day, I wanted to post Ken Kochman's picture, and I didn't have it. I went on Transformation Stories, bounced down, you know, searched for Ken, found his picture, and put it over onto my Facebook. So it's very easy to find. Another source of transformation stories is we all, I think, pretty much agree. I have used Angela's, I've used Dot's, I've used Mitzi's, I've used many folks that are on this call tonight, their transformation stories. I don't think any of us mind. So if you're, you know, you want to share someone that you actually know, that you've met personally on Zoom or whatever, then shoot us a message and we can share the photos, or you may be able to find us on Transformation Stories to share.
There's one thing that's really important. If you go to Transformational Stories to share, you want to make sure, I think I'm gonna try to mute the drive too, because I think it's there. You want to, no offense to drive to, I just muted you, sorry. But you want to make sure that if you're reading their story, if they say anything about being a coach, you can edit their story. You can delete certain things. And if they're saying that they're a coach and, you know, whatever, you want to make sure you do not include that verbiage in your, when you post it. You want to make sure that you take that out. And any before and after stories that you post, you want to just make sure that they're in compliance. And if you have any question about, it has to have the words at the bottom that, to make sure that the picture's compliant. If you have any questions about that, you can reach out to your coach or one of your mentors on how to find that verbiage. And it's really easy to do and to put it in there.
So those are different types of posts that you can use. And it's suggested that daily or at least several times a week that you post a transformation story. So how that's going to work out is that as people, let's say that you send me a friend request because and I don't know you, I go to your page and I start scrolling down. If I've posted a transformation story every day or two, then as they scroll, they're going to come across those transformation stories within the first 3 or 4 stories that are on my newsfeed. And that helps them to know, okay, this is what she does. This is something that she does. So that's kind of the idea of continuing. And I can't tell you at this point, I know it's over 10 people who I've coached that have actually said, thank you for sharing those stories and please continue because it inspired me. It gave me the confidence in the program to reach out. And I've only been coaching a couple of years. I haven't been coaching a real long time like some of the folks on here. So I think that's significant that people, they see the post and they weren't making comments on it, but they were seeing those transformation stories and it resonated some way with them.
One of the things that's really, it's interesting, you just said that, is that sometimes people don't comment or like things. It might seem like nobody sees something. Firstly, you could ask somebody to like and post that, you know, people, any of us, we beg people, please like my story, please like my this, please like my that, please comment on this. We'll ask each other to do that so that it starts to get a little bit more visibility. But the people are seeing those things, because I'll have people say something to me, like I'll run somebody in the store and say, oh, I saw your post on something. They didn't comment. It was awesome, but they didn't comment or like, or somebody will reach out to me and they've never commented or liked. So people are watching whether they comment or like. They're there. They are there. And I just want to just bring up one thing. If you have on your profile picture your before and after, it'd be best not to do that, just to have your own face or something else, but not a before and after as your profile picture, because you don't want to be that. Then you're being seen as somebody who's branding yourself as that before and after versus branding you as who you are as a person. So anyway, that's just an aside.
Yes. So when we do the calls in the morning, and I guess with power hours at any time, we're actually normally working. We just wanted to kind of give a little bit of a, I guess, a background. But if you're not joining the call on your phone, pick up your phone and go to your Facebook page, your own little Facebook page where you've got your profile and your cover picture. And what we will do is talk about adding friends for just a sec. This is something that we've heard a lot of people say that they were really uncomfortable with, is adding friends that they don't know. Mm-hmm. But it's something that it's become really rewarding to me to get to know people that I have a connection with them through someone. But it's just kind of fun to broaden out your circle a little bit. But if you'll scroll down just a little bit, you'll see your friends. There's a list of your friends. So scroll down there, and then you can click on See All Friends, and it will bring up a list of your friends. So pick a friend that you know maybe is in a different social circle than you are, or is in a different state than you are. Just pick one.
But pick one that has more than, let's say, 3 mutual friends. Pick somebody who has a number of mutual friends with you. Yeah. So like I'm looking at somebody, I don't really know, they have 41 mutual friends. So I'm gonna.
This little girl has 75 mutual friends with me. Yeah. She's a friend of my daughter-in-law's. But I'm gonna scroll down to her friends list and click on See All Friends. Now, sometimes people will have their friends list blocked down where you can't see anything except mutual friends, but she does not. So I'm going to see at the very top, it's Abby's friends, and I'm going to see suggestions, mutual, and all. If I click on suggestions, what this is going to do is bring up a list of people that either we have a whole lot of mutual friends or we have some mutual interests. So I'm going to look at the first 10 of these, and I'm just going to click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and add 10 of those people as a friend request. Now, before that weirds you out, I don't know them. Okay, that's the whole point. You will know them later. But go ahead.
No, I was going to say, you may not know them, but they have the choice to accept your friend request or not. So if they accept it, great. And if they don't, that's okay. And then they may message you and say, do I really know you, or how do I know you? And you can just respond back saying, I'm not sure if we've met, but we have a lot of friends in the same circle. And I just love, expanding my circle and meeting new people. And so that's all you have to say. And they can say yes, they're going to, they'll accept it, or they won't. Don't do more than 10 or you'll go to Facebook jail. And that is not a place you want to be.
If you do more than 10, they see that as robotic and they think that you're a bot, and they'll cut it off. So just do 10. Let me speak just a second as to why, because this question comes up a lot. you'll have, Facebook will suggest friends from time to time. They'll give you people you may know. Well, what happens a lot of times is Facebook sees that we both post a lot of health stuff, or we both post a lot of recipes, or we both post. So the interest that they're seeing sometimes will drive you to other health coaches, maybe in different organizations or with different, different programs altogether. And that's not really who we're looking to make contacts with. So going to your friends and finding people that have mutual friends and just sending out the friend requests. When I started this process back several months ago, I think I was up around 2,000 friends. So it wasn't like I didn't have very many at all, but at this point I'm over 4,000. And that's since about August, September. One of the girls that was doing the Power Hour calls with Ken had gone from literally just 100 or so friends to nearly 5,000 in just a few months by consistently sending out those friend requests. And if we're trying to find people that we can tell what we do and talk to the program that may need it, then broadening that circle out is really something that's very important.
Before we continue, does anyone have any questions so far about anything we've talked?
Yeah.
Eleanor, yeah.
I do. I'm just wondering, that's so odd to me. I'm wondering, do you get negative feedback?
Almost never.
It's never blown up in anyone's face. It's not awkward. Oh.
I have had one girl send me a message that she said, "Do I know you?" And I said, I don't really think we've met, but we had some friends in common. And when I looked at your page, you just looked like you were really personable, and I wanted to get to know you. And she was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And she accepted the friend request. They have the option of not, just
Sure.
like I have the option of not.
Right.
And not everybody that I send out a friend request to is going to accept it, and that's okay. But many do.
Do you feel it's substantial to growing your business?
I think it's been extremely instrumental in growing my business.
Okay.
Because the number of people that I've done health assessments with since last fall that I don't know, that I don't personally know. And, I had back last summer, I had a lot of just family things going on, and the concentration on my business was not what it needed to be.
Mhm.
When I went to a convention, and when I came home, I thought, I'm going to get on those Power Hour calls with Ken, and I'm going to do what he tells me to do, because I figured that he knows what he's doing by now. And when he said, add these friends this way, I was like, okay, sure, that's what we'll do. And I just did it. And I went from, my frontline volume doubled within that first month that I was doing this.
Yeah, Jada just did it was amazing what happened with Jada. And
Really?
the other day, I had a couple of weeks ago, I friended somebody, and then she messaged, she was like, do I know, have we met? And I said, I'm not sure. And I said, are you, we just did a little conversation back and forth, and it was fine. Well, yesterday I posted something, and she made a comment on it, and she was like, I love your post. This is somebody who, was questioning whether she knew me or not. We just did a little messaging back and forth and realized maybe we had not met in person, but we had so many mutual friends. And, literally like yesterday, she's like, I love your post. Thank you.
Frame it up in your mind as if you were at a party. If you walked into a room at a party and you knew 10 people of the 30 that were there, would you speak to anybody of the 20 you didn't know? I would. I talk to people at the grocery store line, but it's, just to speak to them and say hi and establish a relationship. There's nothing wrong with establishing a relationship with somebody that you don't already know. That everybody was somebody you didn't already know at some point.
But I think it's so important that they have the choice to accept it or not. That's the thing. They have that choice whether to accept your friend request or not. Lorraine, did you have a question?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, how often do you do that? How often do you go in and select the 10 people?
Well, you can do it once an hour and you won't get put into Facebook jail. So if you're just sitting and you're not, like, I was waiting in the car. It doesn't matter. I was in the car today for a very long time, sitting parked. And I just did that. You know, I just sat there with my phone and I did what we're going to do in a moment called A to Z. And I did what I did. I added some friends while I was sitting in the parking lot, and I've gotten several friend responses back that they were accepted. So you can do it once an hour with 10 without being put into Facebook jail.
How often do we do it? I do it several times a day.
Okay,
Several times a day.
Okay.
You are capped at your Facebook friends at a certain, I think it's
5,000.
5,000 you're capped. So
Yeah.
So then you might look at starting to delete people. I'm not near there, but
Yeah.
So do you want to try A to Z?
Yeah.
Or did you want to?
No, let's do A to Z. So we've added these people that we don't know. And you don't go into Messenger and say, oh, thank you for accepting my friend request. You send them a friend request, they accepted it, life goes on. So then how are you going to establish a relationship with it? And Mitzi's going to guide us through that process.
So you're not going to necessarily go to those new friends that you just made. You're just going to, what you want to do, we call it A to Z. And A to Z means you go back to where we were, to your profile page again, there. And then you scroll down a bit to where you see where your friends are, and you click on friends. And starting with A, you click on, went down the alphabet, but what you do is you're starting with A, you click on the first person who's there, and you get a picture of their circle picture, their profile picture.
Mhm.
And then you click on their profile picture, but his doesn't do what I want it to do, so I'm going to go to somebody else. Of course, as we're doing this, right? So I go to click on this person's circle, their profile picture, and I will say something about their picture and ask them an open-ended question. I will like it. I've already loved it. And I will ask a question like, "Ooh, was this professionally taken?" Or where was this picture taken? It's beautiful. You look awesome. What a sweet picture. And then I'll ask a question, an open-ended question. So and then I will, so I comment, and then I close it up by clicking on the X afterwards, and I arrow back to my friends list, and I go to the next person down. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a conversation or starting a conversation with somebody about their picture. And we'll give some warnings about what certain pictures not to comment on. But what happens is, all of a sudden their picture, people start commenting on their picture because I woke it up. Even if it's 10 years old, I woke it up. But they'll say where it was taken. They'll comment back to me. And then we're starting a little bit of a conversation that we could potentially take to Messenger, because that's where you want to have your conversations. You're more of your back and forth going to Messenger. So what you're doing is on the profile picture, not the background picture. You click on the person's name. You click on their pretty picture in the center, and it gives you the opportunity to either like or love or laugh or whatever. And then you do that, and then you click on comment, and you write a nice comment about their picture or asking them a question.
You're going to leave an open-ended question at the end. So what do I say? Okay, the picture, the very first one on my news or on my list of friends is a young man that was friends with my son in high school. So his name is AJ, and it's a picture of him and a little girl. I haven't seen him since he was 18, other than on Facebook. And so I liked it. And then I said, "That's a beautiful pic, AJ. Is that your little girl?" And he messaged me back and he said, "Thank you." And he said, "Yes." So if I wanted to take a conversation then to Messenger, I could go over to Messenger and say, "AJ, she's just beautiful. How old is she?" And I'm not talking about health or coaching or weight. I'm not going into Facebook Messenger and telling him, "Hey, you look like you picked up a few pounds since I last saw you, about this program." I'm just starting a conversation about something that they've already made public, their profile picture. I have never been offended by anybody telling me that a picture was nice, that it was a nice picture. Now, there are some pictures, there are some things that you can say that would be creepy, I guess, but you aren't, to say that's a really pretty picture, where was that taken? Or you guys look like you were having a lot of fun. Where were you? Or
what were you celebrating? Were you celebrating? Was it a special event, a special occasion? Sometimes if it's a professional picture, like a realtor or somebody, I'll ask, was the picture professionally taken? And they'll share the photographer, who it was or something. There are some that you want to be careful about. So 2 in particular. One is if somebody's profile picture is their dog, because you want to then maybe go scroll down a bit to see if they recently lost their dog or cat or something, because you just have to be a little bit careful with dogs and with older people. Like if somebody has like what looks like their parent or grandparent, because they could be honoring them by putting them in that circle as their profile picture. So you want to just be a little bit more careful about something like that. Because you don't want to say, "Oh, your mom looks great," and then they say, "Oh, she passed away 3 months ago." And you're like,
Gosh.
But to say something like, "That's a really beautiful picture of you and your mom. That must be, a happy memory," or whatever. Those are things that are sensitive and that people are accepting of, and they don't take offense. And it's just starting a conversation.
Yeah, I did one where I saw 2 people that I had done theater with back in high school or college. Actually, we were college age or so. And I said, "Oh my gosh, you guys look like you're having a great time." And they're going, "We're going to Mr. Narducci's funeral, who is the music teacher." I said, "Oh, well, I'm sure he was." They understood. They were fine. It wasn't like they weren't offended, but it was just so funny. They were like, "Oh, and his funeral." I'm like, "Oh no." Anyway.
Oh, that's funny.
So you never know. They weren't offended, so it's okay. People are pretty understanding. So anyway.
Take a screenshot of where you're stopping, because you will not remember tomorrow.
Yeah. But you just really want. Yeah, you just really want to keep going and trying to do as many as you can. You can give yourself like 10 or 15 minutes and do as many of the A to Z's as you can. And it's amazing the conversations that you start and what happens with them. So it's worth taking the time to do it. So
when you get about halfway through the alphabet, you're going to seriously consider just taking clients whose names start with like A to G, because it takes a while to scroll to get down. You can't search for a letter of the alphabet and it pop down. You just have to scroll, or it takes them out of alphabetical order. Also, you need to know you cannot do that on your laptop. You have to do it on your phone, because when you're pulling up your friends list on your laptop, it just does it at random. On the phone, it's alphabetizing them. So just be aware that, it's going to take a minute.
Good information.
And that's just how you have to do it.
So the one if you start to go down and just take a minute and just try to do a couple while we're here.
Yeah. Try to do a couple, and then if you've got questions about what to say, then we can talk about that a minute.
So you're just starting conversation.
That's it.
That's it.
You don't,
Yep,
you
just
don't have to bring up anything. Let me, while
I
you're,
I have to just say publicly, I have issues. I have issues with like, I don't know, reaching out to people. I gotta get brave about it.
get out of your own way.
I
is-
do.
Is what I have been told.
There, I
because-
just said it. I just shut it. So
Yes,
now
yes.
it's gone.
If,
I did too when I first started. I'm thinking, I can't do this. I can't do this. These people know me or they're going to know somebody. And it's
Right.
like they said, be bold. Obstacle is the way. And so I started doing it. I'm not near as aggressive as these guys are because they spend more time at it. I do it when I can get on these calls on Tuesdays and Thursdays, maybe in between. And I've not gotten any negative stuff. I almost 100% of people accept my friend request and nobody said anything to me. But anyhow, it was hard. It was hard.
Yeah.
And
It is.
I haven't seen any. I've had people out in public who said, "Hey, I love your posts." And they've never made any comment or they had never done any likes, but they have
Yeah.
said, "I like your posts."
Okay,
what,
here I
what
go.
is the worst thing that can happen? What is the worst thing that can happen if you make a comment on somebody's profile picture?
Right.
They say something mean,
Mm-hmm.
but
Why would they
It
do
is
that
fun.
though?
But they wouldn't.
They're
because some
probably,
people
do
are
that.
mean.
yeah, if they're that mean, then unfriend them.
You don't want
I
to
mean,
mess with
it's fun anyway, but if they're, if you make a nice comment on my profile picture, I'm not going to say anything mean. I'm going to think you're sweet because you just said, oh, what a pretty picture. Where were you? Hey, we were in Hawaii and it was the best time ever. It was great. And I mean, that establishes a rapport for most normal people.
Normal
If you're
people.
If
really,
he's and he's like buff or something, you're not going to say, "Whoa, you are so buff." Where
Yes,
do you,
now-
where do you work out? I mean, you don't want to do creepy things, So you're just being kind of, So
yeah.
But-
And if I can't think of anything nice to say on the profile picture that doesn't sound like, I mean, it's like if
Cheesy.
then I go to the cover picture. Because what you're going to do once you get through A to Z on the profile pictures, you're going to go back to the top and start with A and start on cover pictures and go on down. And through that process, you're making contact with people, not on an everyday basis, but you've made contact with them more than once. And let me talk about this just a second, because this was like a light coming on for me. When there are conversations either on Facebook posts or in Facebook Messenger, Facebook sees that as an interaction and they want more interaction. So what they're going to do is push those people's news feed. They're going to put you on their news feed and them on yours. And it gives more opportunity for interaction.
I'm in a meeting.
So, so just kind of bear in mind that.
So I thought what we could do is one of the easiest and lowest hanging fruit there is in this whole thing with social media and Facebook is birthdays. Because on our Facebook, every day, the Facebook shows us birthdays. And so one of the things that you want to try to do is every day, or if you miss it, it's okay too, but wishing somebody a happy birthday, but not on their page. You want to do it in Messenger, because if you've had a birthday if you've had a birthday and people know and they put it on your Facebook page, then it's really hard for you to see, because you could be getting a lot of people saying happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. But if you do it in Messenger, you stand out. And then I do this like all the time, every day, or if I miss a day, I do a happy belated birthday, which is awesome too. And people are like, oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much for remembering, which they're not going to do on their timeline because they've gotten so many. So what you can do is, I'm just gonna share my screen again.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm gonna share it in just a moment. Let me just. Oh no, I can do it right here. So here's a friend of mine. I didn't do it today because I knew we were going to be on today. My friend, I went to high school with Elaine, and I asked her if she wanted my newsletter at one point, but she said thank you. So I can go to Elaine and I can type in, happy. Yeah, if they don't have any messages from me in the first place, I usually say, hi, it's Mitzi, because sometimes it's so easy to be spammed on Messenger. So but I will say, because we've already messaged each other, happy birthday. I hope you had a great day. Say, what did you do to celebrate you? And then what I will do is, so I'm asking an open-ended question. What did you do to celebrate you? And then I find a GIF. So I find a GIF that says like, happy birthday. I love this one, Snoopy, because I just love it. And it's so cute. And I just do that. I put it there, the GIF, and then I send it. And then she's going to eventually see that. And she'll probably tell me that she and her husband, who we went to high school with, went out for dinner, they did this, they did that, just spent time with family. But you do a birthday with a little GIF, and it stands out. It's a sweet thing to do, and people appreciate it.
If you don't already get notified about birthdays from Facebook, for some reason I don't, you can go in and the search and just put birthdays. That's all you have to put. It's going to bring up your friends' birthdays. So then I have a list of the people's birthdays already in there. And because it has the little messenger icon over on the side, I can go straight into Messenger from that list and just boom, 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 boom. And I do that first thing in the morning most days. If I miss, and this is the crazy, I guess the paradox of it, if you miss them and you tell them happy belated birthday, what I normally say is similar to Mitzi, but I'll say happy belated birthday. Hey, I'm really sorry I missed it. Did you get to do something special to celebrate? And because the celebration is normally already taken place, they share about it.
Yeah.
Because we love to talk about ourselves and things that have made us happy. So it's a very low key, and I have people tell me thank you that I don't know. That's really sweet of you. Thank you.
Yep. And the belated birthday GIFs are adorable.
They are cute.
They are so cute. And so I think that the GIFs are great to do that. The other thing you can do is, if it's like somebody that you're close to, you can do a video message on Messenger as well, and that stands out because you go into Messenger and there's the camera, and you can do a little video. You have to hold it down. You get about 30 seconds to wish somebody happy birthday. Or you can do, and it's not on social media, but sometimes with my clients or with good friends, I'll do a video text and wishing them a happy birthday, just really in texting text versus on social media. But the birthdays, easiest thing to do. People love being wished a happy birthday. Doing it in Messenger, people are going to see it. It stands out. It's great. So that's really, and those GIFs are adorable. People love them. You can find all these I sometimes type in happy birthday balloons, and I just do balloons, or I love Snoopy or Charlie Brown. If it's somebody's theater, I'll do something, the Broadway birthday thing. There are so many different things. If you know somebody, like I have a client, he's not a time finder, he's a time finder client. He sells bikes. I found a happy birthday bike, like a bicycle. It was adorable because I knew he liked that. Or if somebody loves the Red Sox, I have this happy birthday, and it's Big Papi, who is David Ortiz, who is saying happy birthday to, it's like a little thing that says happy birthday, but it's David Ortiz. And it's just really sweet. So you can kind of do little things if you know something about somebody. Anyway.
Those are things that are suggested that you do each day. And if you can take, let's say 15 or 20 minutes and go in there and add, just even if you just add the 10 friends and you do the happy birthdays, and then you do 4, 5, 6 A to Z's. And then the next day you go back and you spend 20 minutes and you do the same thing again. Then you'll start to see some results from it. The more time that you have to spend on it, great. But commit maybe 15 or 20 minutes even to your business of expanding your circle. I can tell you without a doubt, I mean, it has helped my business. It has helped my business tremendously. And I think anybody that is doing some of these things on a regular basis, Krista's picture is not up right now because she's on her phone with us, but Krista is like, she has been the guru or the master of touching people intentionally and just letting that relationship develop. But Facebook is such a wonderful tool for that. There are some other things that we aren't covering tonight just for time, because we wanted to have just a little bit of time to talk and then maybe a few minutes to ask but let me just say that there are Facebook Lives, there are Facebook stories, there are Facebook groups that you can participate in. We could talk about profile pictures and your profile page, and
Can
all
I just-
of those things help.
I just want to interrupt because I know we're going to run short of time. But Jada has put together this beautiful document with all of this information in there that she's going to share. One thing that we did want to talk about, and I want to just things that are up and coming, is one of the things do not do, this is something to not do, is if you see, let's say, one of my posts and you say, oh my gosh, that's so awesome what Mitzi posted, I'm going to share her post. Don't share my post, because then you're giving me the credit for the post, and your friends and whoever sees it will see my name on there. You don't want that. Just copy and paste it. Steal. This is a good place to steal from everybody, but don't
It's like
share.
borrowing your sister's shoes. Okay, it's common law property. It's just, it's, you know, you have permission, I think, from most of us to share our before and afters, to share our posts. I pilfered a post that Heidi had done several days ago, and I posted it today, and I've gotten compliments on it, and it's like, thank you.
I posted it
And
today.
they said,
and
can I
help
borrow it? I said, no, yeah, please do, because I did.
And I got a health assessment from that same post that I'm going to be
Uh-huh.
doing next week because of that post, in copying and pasting. So, not sharing, just copy and paste. So, but before so Jada's going to share that document and go through all of these things that we've talked about tonight and a whole lot more. So it's a wonderful thing that she did. So I applaud Jada for doing that. You're going to love that. So she's going to post that. I did want to just mention a few things, and then we'll see if anyone wants to have questions. We'll stay on a little bit longer. You can leave if you want to, but so Saturday, it's Dr. A and Dan Bell from noon to 1 o'clock to invite clients, potential coaches, people, just invite people to that, and make sure because you're coaches, that you register for that. It's just a small fee of less than $23, I think, for it. And it should be wonderful. Then after, from 12 to 1, and then from 1 to 4, it's 3 hours of training for coaches. So it's really going to be awesome. Going to be really focused on helping everyone grow their businesses. And they're going to be leaders from Optavia that are going to be doing the training. And then next, on February 1st at noon Eastern time, Dr. A is going to be doing his conscious leadership talk. And he's going to have Erwin, what's her first name? Phyllis? Not Phyllis.
Helen, is it Helen?
Helen Irwin. I don't know where Phyllis came from. Helen Irwin on with him. And she is a dynamic. She helped create the transformational leadership habits that, you know, lead from the future, act in the now, the obstacles away. She was instrumental in developing that. And she's going to be on with Dr. A. I am sure it's going to be such a dynamic hour. And that's on February 1st from 12 to 1. And then Dan Bell and some of the other leaders are starting a boot camp, I think, a week from Saturday. There's more information about that and Off to Be a World Changers. A lot of stuff coming up, but everything to help us build and grow our businesses. So I just wanted to just share that. I think I got it. I think I got most of them. Thank you. Okay. So does
Anybody have questions?
thoughts, questions, concerns? Comfortable? Moving beyond comfort, uncomfort?
I have a quick question because lots of information shared. If you both had 2 must-dos every day, what would they be?
Birthdays
Birthday.
and birthdays, definitely. I mean,
I
It's
did
hard
not
to
post
pick out-
any outside of posting, you mean? Posting, absolutely. But
those
if you-
4 things, I mean, adding friends takes all of about 15, 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Birthdays, 2 minutes. The transformation stories, if I pop over there, if I pick one of the top ones and don't really try to filter, 1 minute tops. A to Z, 10, 15 minutes. If you did those 4 things, just do them each day, you know, and challenge yourself. I'm going to do it every day I came home and I did it every day for a month. Every day that Ken did the call, I did it every day for a month. And I saw my business blossom back up as a result. Challenge yourself to do it every day for 3 weeks, every day for a month, even just Monday through Friday for a month, and see what happens to your business, and then decide whether you want to continue or not.
Perfect. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments or thoughts?
This was great. Thank you both.
Yes, thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time, everybody.
Normally, we're just on the morning call, we're just working. We just
Yeah.
kind of work. I mean, we'll explain what, if somebody's new, but we're just working together. But it's been a blessing to me and really meaningful to be able to get together and see some faces of people that I know are on the same mission. It's just fun to work together a little bit. So join us if you can. If you
It's only
can't,
45 minutes too. It's not an hour, it's 45 minutes.
yeah. But it has been fun.
Yes, it's been really wonderful. It's that feeling of community.
Yeah.
And we talk about a bunch of others that, you know, we just kind of, as we're doing A to Z or as we're adding friends, it's fun. So join us, and who knows, we may be doing another one of these at night that would be more working or bring more people on. So thank you so much for everyone being here. I'm going to stop the recording.